My name is Etgen, and this is my presentation on what makes me me. My family and where they have come from have basically shaped and formed me to become who I am today. These two pictures, first one is of my dad's hometown and his church in Belfast, which is a very small town in northeast Ohio. And it's a picture of the Berlin Wall, which my family has a lot of experience with. Part of my family is from there. Three main points. My dad, like I said, grew up in a very small town in northeast Ohio called Belfast. And this gave me many attributes that make me who I am today. And then my mom, she was part of a military family and moved from large city to large city and moved around a lot and, changed the scenery. I mean, she lived in Berlin for a while, and then she lived in the United States for a while. So she has a very more wide scope of the world than my dad does. And these two, uh, you know, areas of growing up really give me a special blend of the two different psyches that come with a large city and a small town. First, my dad grew up in Belfast, Ohio. It's in northeast part of Ohio, and when he was there, his parents and the mindset of it was a blue collar town. Everything you get is earned. Also, you should never complain because there's always something you can do to better yourself. There's you can't complain because everyone's given the same amount of you know opportunities, and you just have to take advantage of them. Another thing my dad taught me, and it's big over there, is there's always people out early in the morning. Early bird gets the worm. You know, if there's anything worth doing, it's worth waking up for. And another big thing, my respect for others, my respect for people above me, to not talk back, to be very courteous to my elders, and also to be very respectful of them. This also comes from where my dad grew up. Um, you know, you would know everyone on your street, and you would always have to say hi and hold the door open for your elders. My mom, on the other hand, uh, you know, she's part of a military family. Her mom was born in Berlin and then met an American military officer uh, when she escaped across the Berlin Wall. And basically, they came from nothing. Such my grandma's, who's the only one I really have contact with. I don't know my grandpa. Um, but she came over here with nothing. She escaped and only had the clothes on her back. And it's another just really shows me that hard work can get you places. She put three kids through college, basically by herself, and in a country in the United States where it was her second language, it was her second home, and you know, and you only have to rely on yourself to get yourself out of the situation you're in. You shouldn't expect others to help you, and this was played a big part in my mom's life. She moving around, and English wasn't her first language. She always had a difficult time in school, and she, had to make the most out of her situation. And she knew that she worked hard, she could better herself. And all this teaches me, to be very humble, because where we live, we have freedom, and people don't really have freedom in all places. And you never have to look far to find someone in a worse situation. You only have to look down the street corner. And my roots are with my family, and it gives me a unique perspective on life. You know, Seeing about failure, and you always have to get up the next day. You have to go get after it. And no matter where you live, life is what you make it. You can make the most out of it, even though you're in a bad situation. And my family always keeps me grounded and working hard because of what they came from. The blue collar, mentality of my dad, and the real struggle my grandma and my mom's side had to go through. And this, I try not to forget what all they went